Madhur Bhandarkar is on the phone line with us at this point in time. Mr. Bhandarkar, your first reaction to this absolutely shocking news that has come out right now?
I mean to say it's really, really shocking. But I can't believe it when I just came to know 5 minutes back, Sushant Singh Rajput. I thought somebody joking or something. But now the news is confirmed. It's very sad. My condolences to his family, friend, his admirers. Because I felt it, I just don't know what would be the reason behind it. Because he was the one person. I remember last time I met him at this trial of Chichhore, where there was a big trial for all the Bollywood people were there. No, everybody was there. And he was quite happy. He was very much, in a good mood. He was talking to people. I don't know what was the reason would be. But I mean to say, what was the thing about it? He has to take such a grave step. I mean to say, it's very sad. I mean to say. I can't believe it is no more. Such a young age, and I mean, he's a talented actor, and he has good, future as an actor in the film industry.
Yes, absolutely, Mr. Bhandarkar. Like you said, one of the most talented actors that we had in the current lot of people, at least. What can you sort of, in your interactions with him, when you last met him, you just spoke about it, but what kind of a person was he, especially when he was at work? The roles that he did, because especially if you look at a film like Dhoni or Kai Poche, the way he got into those characters is not something that is seen very often.
See, one thing about Sushant Singh Rajput was that I have always met him occasionally on events, functions, and trials, theatres. I mean to say these kind of things only, premieres and all. And how much I interacted with him, he was very friendly, very down to earth, and he was very choosy about his film. That's okay, because the actor chooses the film according to the way he wants to. He was not a person who wants to do 10 movies, he's doing film. He took gaps, he took his own space to do his film. That's because he was a very creative. The actor. He knew it. He wants to give space and all. So whenever he was very choosy about films, and he was very friendly. He was a good actor. He was going well in his career. His last movie, Chichhore, had done very well in the box office. It really got a lot of appreciation for him and the entire team and everybody. And I mean to say, 6-7 months back, I'm talking about this movie got released. And after that also means we were seeing him somewhere in Instagram or Twitter. He was there. It was very much in the lockdown also. I believe he was there somewhere. This picture is to come over there in social media also. I don't know what was the reason. I mean, it's personal, professional, whatever. But it's very sad. I mean to say, we lost a very, very talented actor.
Yes, Mr. Bhandarkar. And I just want to, ask you one more question on the larger issue here that some people are already, talking about. Tiska Chopra, for example, has talked about the issue of the kind of pressure that people feel in the industry such as Bollywood, and that is something that needs to be looked at. And you've also made some films highlighting this entire issue as well. But in reality, it is something that perhaps the industry does need to look at and acknowledge.
We have to look into the whole perspective about how people mentally get disturbed over here. People have to put a bravado or facade of being successful or being happy in life, because this is showbiz. In showbiz, in my movies also, fashion or heroine, I've shown this aspect of it. You have to have the great stardom. You have to have this, you have to have the projection has to be, because there's so much pressure also in terms of social media chasing you, paparazzis, catching you outside the gym, theater, wherever it is. So there's certain amount of pressure also. You get mentally disturbed also. Then 1,000 things are there. So definitely those things are there, which I'm not saying it is not there. That is 100% there. That people get into pressure. People who get disturbed about the whole thing, because this line is showbiz, like I said. The projection is always there, and you have been always chased by media, people, social media, everywhere. Okay, what are you doing? What is this movie? What is happening in your life, your personal life? Everything has we look into it. So I don't know what exactly. Here I cannot say exactly what was the thing which happened with Sushant Singh Rajput. This is completely personal about it. I have no clue about it, because like last 3 months we're all fighting. The world is fighting COVID. So we were all into our own zone, and we are all into our own, way, what things are we doing in this COVID. battling the COVID. So we never thought what exactly happened. So obviously things will come out, so we'll come to know what is the reason behind it. But it's very sad. I would like to say, we lost one of the talented, good actor, which age was absolutely just side, and he had a great year ahead. And it was untimely of his death, which is really struck me.
All right, Mr. Bhandarkar, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your views. Let me also go across to Sumit Vyas, actors joining us on the phone line as well. Sumit, thank you so much for joining us. Your first reaction to this shocking news that we're hearing right now?
Absolutely shocking. I mean, I have no idea how to even react to this. I've known Sushant for many years now. We worked during his stint in a theatre company. And then we obviously kept bumping into each other at various stages of our lives. But I don't even know how to react to this. He's such a young, talented actor, such a good-looking boy. He had everything going for him. I'm totally blank. I have no idea what to think anymore. Hello?
Yes, Sumit. In fact, we don't know at this point in time what made him take this extreme step. But what can you tell us? I mean, you've known Sushant, like you pointed out, for many years. What can you tell us about him, about your memories of him?
Well, I mean, of what I remember, he's always been a very, very hardworking actor. I remember when he had just come to Mumbai, he started working in the theatre company. On the side, he was also, because he was such a good dancer, he used to take dance classes, and that's how he would manage his finances. And in the evening, he would come and rehearse for plays. A couple of times I went and I, hung out with him in his rented apartment back then. And he would keep telling me, as he was going along, that he had started assisting a director, then he got a job and a TV show, and I was so happy that he's doing so well for himself. And yeah, I mean, it was so pleasing to know someone from, someone who you knew, who you've seen from, rising from the scratch and achieving such great heights. It's very inspiring to see these things. Yeah, this is a very,
yes,
very sad
absolutely. And like you pointed out, his journey is something that, a lot of people would sort of aspire for, because he began as a contestant in some of these reality shows, dancing reality shows. You mentioned he was a good dancer, and then he went on to do television series as well, and finally graduated to doing, some of the most excellent movies we've seen, whether it's Kai Poche, whether it's Dhoni, The Untold Story, and the way he got into those characters and the kind of talent that he really had is something that you don't really see too often.
Yes, and I would really like to, offer my sincere condolences to his friends, his family, and to all the people who looked up to him, who loved his work. And yeah, all I can say is we all need to take care of ourselves, and yeah.
All right, Sumit Vyas, thank you so much for joining us as well. In fact, let me also go across to Sumit Raghavan, who's joining us on the phone line. In fact, Sumit was the host on Jhalak Dikla Ja, the show, when Sushant participated, in the year that Sushant had participated on that show. Sumit Raghavan, thanks for talking to Mirror Now. Your first reaction to this shocking news?
I'm absolutely spellbound. I've got no words. What is wrong? What is going on? Let us not. Everybody's. We know that this year is one of the wretched years that anybody has ever come across. 2020 is. It keeps on throwing up some controversy, some surprises or the other. But this is like, why did he do this? What happened? I was just hearing to Vinay, and how does one tap? How does one know what's going wrong with a particular individual? Sushant had taken off. Sushant's career had really taken off. I remember him interacting with him on the sets of Jhalak Dikla Ja. He was a fabulous dancer. He was a terrific actor. We've seen him in Dhoni. We've seen him in PK. We've seen him in films. We've seen him in Chichhore. What a brilliant performance. Things were only getting better and positive and brighter for this boy. What goes wrong? What happens? I'm absolutely shattered. I really don't know what to say and how to express. I'm in grief. My heart goes out for his family. क्या मतलब अभी घर पर बैठे हैं काम नहीं है तो सुसाइड करें काम है तो सुसाइड क्या मतलब मैं समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या चल क्या रहा है यार व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन
All right. Yes, Sumit Raghavan, thank you so much for joining us. I'm also being joined by Kunal Kohli as well. Kunal Kohli, thank you for joining us. What is your reaction? Obviously, this is an extremely shocking news that has come out at this point in time, but it does open up a lot of other questions about the industry per se.
It is a very difficult and it is a very unforgiving profession we're in. People, go through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in one Friday. You are proclaimed to be someone really big in one Friday, and the next Friday your films are not selling. It is very difficult. But I met him just before the lockdown. We used to go to the same gym in Taj Lands End. We used to be there every day. We used to meet about 4 or 5 times a week in the mornings. Our timings were the same in the gym, and I never saw him to be. I mean, I asked him a couple of times because 1 or 2 of his films didn't work, and I asked him how is he taking it, and he was fine. He seemed absolutely fine. I mean, fine to the point of. I mean, it's might not be appropriate to say it, but fine to the point of even flirting with some girls in front of me in the gym and everything. He was that fine, which is so good. I mean, you got to be life like that. You got to take life like that. That even if something is not working, your life is, your professional career is not working too well, you got to take it on your chin and move on. He was that okay. But I don't know what happened in this lockdown. I think we are not understanding as a society the impact of the lockdown on people. Human beings are not meant to be in isolation. We are not meant to live in cages. And this isolation has probably hit him too hard. It's not just a thing of his career or something like that. I think it's a mixture of a lot of things that must have hit him. We'll never know. I mean, these are unfortunately things that go away with a person once he's gone. The moment that he decided to do this to himself, we'll never know. I mean, he's had a good run. He's had Kai Poche. He's had MS Dhoni, the film. He's had even his last film. Which one was it? It was Gattu's film with Gattu directed it. I'm not getting the name. I'm a little shaken
Chichhore,
up right
I think
now.
you're talking about.
No. Kedarnath. Even Kedarnath did decently well. It did good business.
Kedarnath, yes.
Even Kedarnath did decently well. Chichhore did phenomenally well. So, yes, 1 or 2 didn't do well. He had Drive and things like that, which went straight to theatrical, for whatever reason. That's not the point. The point is, he was not, in a situation where one would think that he would even be close to taking such a drastic step. But like I've been saying for a while now, we are not even
and that, if I may interrupt you, Kunal, that point that you just mentioned. Yes, that point that you just mentioned is what's even more worrying. The fact that somebody who is not at all viewed as who would take this kind of a step, and then you find out that this has actually happened. It's sort of, the Bollywood industry hasn't been new to people taking their own lives, the kind of pressure that people face. But once again, that conversation is needed to be had as to how to deal, especially for younger people who are coming into the industry, who've struggled and who need to figure out how to deal with everything that comes along with the industry.
It is like I said, it is a very unforgiving industry. It is a very harsh world that we live in. Your successes are celebrated sometimes probably more than they need to be, and your failures are highlighted more than they need to be. We do this. We all do it. We do it as an industry, as a media, as fans, as everything. When someone gives a halfway ordinary film or a film that doesn't work, people badger the person. They badger people whose films don't work. Fans, trolls, social media, the media, film industry itself, the phone calls stopped coming, the invitations stopped coming to parties, everything stops. You are like a social outcast if your film doesn't work. And suddenly if your film works, you're suddenly the toast of the nation and you're invited to all the parties and the exclusive get-togethers. I mean, come on, you're still the same person. Just because your film hasn't worked doesn't mean that you're an outcast or a social outcast. But that's what we do in this industry and in our society. We measure everything by success, and it hits people in ways that we cannot understand. That's the harsh reality of our society. We need to take a serious look at ourselves and not treat people the way, and not judge people based on barometers of success.
Yes, absolutely, Kunal. Extremely crucial points that you've mentioned, and perhaps a lot of those points is something that now the conversation will start as far as the Bollywood industry is concerned. Thank you so much for joining us with your thoughts and reaction to this at this point in time.